Hello and welcome to Pointless Point of View. It's our weekly podcast where we talk about games, movies, even TV shows sometimes. And this week we're doing an Indiana Jones review, kind of. But as always, I'm joined by the handsome one, Fraser Doig.
Damn
But before we break into Indiana Jones, I think we'll hit it up with some news.
As per usual, the news.
Ironically, kicking it off with some Indiana Jones news.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford came out and says that shooting for Indiana Jones 5...
Which does not have a title yet.
Yeah, it does not, which is, go the Skull Crust 2 or something, maybe.
Speculation time.
Yeah.
Speculation time.
Starts next week. Starts next week, but what else can they look for?
Well, so as I say, speculation time, right, so, he's getting old.
Yes.
Right, so is this a pass the torch movie?
Nope.
Or is this a retire the character movie?
Well, he came out saying he wants Indiana Jones to die when he does.
Of course he does, because it's getting Harrison Ford.
He doesn't want anyone else to take it over. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want people coming up to
So it's not a pass the torch?
Yeah.
They already tried that with Shia LaBeouf in The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
The less said about that film, the better.
That good.
Aye.
But the thing is, though, what's going to happen is he wants that to end. And the reason he doesn't want it to end so no one else plays him. He wants it to end so when someone else plays him, no one goes up to him and goes, "So, Harrison, we know how you like to talk about your films. What do you think about the new guy playing your film?" You know what I mean?
That's a fair point. I can understand that.
He hates people talking to him about stuff like that.
Well, sort of. He's not. I don't think he's as grumpy as some of the media makes him out to be. But I can understand.
Face makes him look.
I can understand that. It kind of will always be. It's like Solo. You're just always going to compare it to the previous.
Yeah.
So, what would you do? That's it. Then this is it.
Yeah, could be.
But it's not because he's like. I'm not saying that he's not like the action sequences. You're going to need a younger person there to help with the action sequences because he can't do everything that he could do. Like we're going to talk about later, he can't do that now.
Yeah. So
you're going to need to have the focus somehow.
I don't know what they're going to do with it. There's no news yet. Somehow it's beginning shooting, but there's been no information about what's happening. It's
probably, and I don't even think James Bond has a title yet, and it's just called Bond 25, and that's like that started and then stopped because of Danny Boyle, and then started again, and then whatever all over the shop. So that doesn't have a name. So could be a while before we even get any information on it. But
what do you think he can go after now? He's went after God, faith, gold, aliens. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's like, what else can there be? Is there
pirates?
Ooh.
Pirates, like sunken treasure.
Maybe he's looking for Johnny Depp's career.
That's technically. It's a pirate. Technically,
it's a joke for you. You're starting early.
Do you think Shia LaBeouf's going to be back? I doubt it.
No, God no, because we'd get crazy Shia LaBeouf. Like shaved teeth.
Do you think they're even going to act like it exists? The kind of the Crystal Skull.
No,
because remember they got married at the end. Yeah. And do you think?
I don't even think. Or there'll be like a wee throwaway and there'll be like a crystal skull in the corner or something as he's walking past.
Could be a really good idea, right? And I know this is a long shot because again, it would technically mean casting him, but not casting him at the same time, right? So what happens if right? Okay, what happens, right? If in the start of this movie that he's hunting for something. That is something that he's already spent a lot of his time looking for.
Okay.
But it was when he was younger, so pre-Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? So you technically would get a young actor to play young Indiana Jones, and half of the movie is like showing what he did when he was younger, trying to find the same thing.
Okay.
And then the other half is what he's trying to find it now. So then you still technically have young action sequences, but it's like a send off at the same time.
Alright, what is it he's looking for?
Alright.
I literally thought you were like, this is what it is.
No, what about that for an idea?
Aye.
So technically, it's like a prequel, but not at the same time. So you have someone come in to play a young Indiana Jones. do the really cool action sequences, but you also have an older Indiana Jones who's looking for it at the same time, where you just give him like sprinkles of action sequences.
So it's like when a TV show has that episode where someone's leaving, they run through everything they've done before type stuff.
A bit like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'd take that. And it, you know what I mean, it gives us the action we need.
Basically, like example, and I mean, again, sorry I skipped forward, but like the movie that we're reviewing this time, The Last Crusade,
Start.
the very start, how he's looking for something as a kid, and then it's some, but the whole movie's like that, where part of it is when he was younger, and part of it is now.
Yeah.
Looking for the same thing.
Yeah.
Then it would work with the action sequences, it would work with the story, and then it would be a good send off at the end where it's like he gets that thing, whatever it is.
Who would you cast?
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
Chris something.
I don't
Chris
know.
Hemsworth.
The thing is though, if that is what's happening, then that would have come out by now.
Maybe. But Harsford did do an interview where he was like, I don't want Chris, it wasn't Pratt, what's the other one? The one that played the...
Chris Pine?
Yeah, he was like, I don't want Chris Pine to play me. Then he was like, oh wait, I mean Pratt. It's kind of weird that he would mix those two up if he kens it's Chris Pratt that's been hinted at him. So,
unless they're, well, I mean, they're both, he's old and they're both called Chris.
But it could be that, it could be a throwaway hint that Chris Pine is actually playing a younger Indiana in the film, and we just don't know it.
True. I mean, we'll see on set photos.
Yeah, true. Because
So-
it always is looking. Anyway.
So that was speculation on Indiana Jones
Yeah.
5. I mean, I'm sort of happy as long as it's better than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which
could it be worse?
can't be. No,
Yeah.
it can't. It can't be worse.
Moving on. This one, it makes me happy and sad at the same time. It's Marvel news, by the way. That Keanu Reeves is being eyed for a main role in the Eternals.
Why does this make you sad?
Because I want Keanu Reeves as Wolverine.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Why not?
No.
Why not?
He's not got the right attitude for
Yeah.
Wolverine.
You're about to say build there, eh?
No, he's not got the right attitude for Wolverine. Keanu Reeves doesn't really do angry. Keanu Reeves is just... like, his version of getting angry is just... like, when John Wick goes mental, it's still the same facial expression.
You're telling me he couldn't pull it off, though?
No, I don't think so.
It's
I do not think so
it's
at
between
all.
him and
He's too nice.
between him and Tom Hardy, it had to be. But,
As what, though?
they haven't come out and said
Because
what
I
it's gonna
know
be.
shit all about the Eternals.
They're pretty much just a bunch of, like, think of the Eternals, right? The characters, they're all Supermen or Superman. Obviously, there's women in it, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the super people, like the
Beings.
yeah, they've all got the flight, they've all got the strength, but they all have individual abilities each.
Mhm.
And there's a main guy, can't remember his name, but he literally is just Superman. You know what I mean? Abilities wise.
I don't think Keanu Reeves will be him. I think that'll be that boy from the Game of Thrones and the Bodyguard. Is he not eyed for something in it?
Oh, aye.
I don't know his name. But
Yeah, Richard Marston. That's his name. But I don't know who the character will be. There is a few like
I really hope
characters.
I really hope it's not a small part, because then I would like Keanu Reeves to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because if he's only something small and then you just never get him in anything else, that would
I
suck.
feel like if they're going to give it to him, they'll give it to him some massive
I
character.
think it's a yes.
Why not? I think he's a very laid back person to things.
Mhm.
So it's kind of if someone comes to it with something, probably I'll try it. Why not?
Depends on the role. Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be I'll stay here for 10 years.
No, I doubt it.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he would just look exactly the same because he doesn't age.
Yeah. He's a vampire. Anyway, but yeah, it's something I want to happen. I want him in the Marvel Universe.
I feel like that's going to be like sooner rather than later, the Eternals, because we're getting more and more information recently.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be the next. That and Black Widow will be the next ones in the pipeline.
Aye. We've also got Black Widow set photos, but that's here and there, to be fair. She's just back in Russia by the looks of it. Training. Moving on, we got a trailer for what we can I sort of guess that it's the final chapter in it. Rambo Last Blood.
It makes sense, it's the last one. The first one was called First Blood, this one's called Last Blood. I don't think he could make any more, he's
Yeah.
pretty old.
And I feel like he's really, like I said before, I think he's really coming back to his old films where people go, oh, he's doing an old film to try and rejuvenate his career. I think he's doing it to try and give a send off to a character. Obviously we've got Creed where he's a trainer and blah blah blah, and then this, it just seems like an adult Home Alone film, to be fair, from the trailer, because it's pretty much set in his house and he's killing weens of people.
I kind of like obviously, by the way, the trailer is a pretty good trailer, to be honest. I really like the music that goes with it.
Yeah.
I think it's clearly going to be R-rated. I love the fact that it looks like a bit like the first one, where he's setting traps and sort of on his own sort of thing. He's not have a love interest or crazy stuff's happening or rescuing people, as much as they can be fun.
Yeah.
But he's clearly on his own. It looks like he's in Mexico, because it looks like he's going up against the cartel.
There was speculation that he was in Texas, but
it could be Texas, I could be wrong, but I think it's Mexico.
Seems a bit far to travel for someone like Rambo if he's not Rambo technically.
It looks like the cartel are going after him.
Yeah.
It looks like they're probably going to get their ass handed to him.
And what I loved the fact that it's shown us in this trailer. It doesn't show us why. That's good. But also they show us he's beaten up and he's like broken, so he's not like a super soldier, killer without being harmed. He is literally bleeding from behind by the looks of it.
It looks like he's still going to get his ass handed to him, but also win at the same time. Yeah, that's one thing I like about the trailer. It just makes me curious about, like, he's an old man who lives on a farm by himself. What could he have done to the cartel? Do they want his land, maybe?
Maybe. Could be oil.
Could be a specific, like, land, but that's the only thing I could really think of. Because maybe he's found a nice, happy home there and he's finally at peace after being through loads of shit.
Yeah. But what worries me though is this is the first trailer. So there's at least another 2 to come, more than likely. So one of those could spoil what's going to happen, which I really, really don't want. Show us action bits. Show us him just setting up traps. Just don't show us why. You know what I mean? I'm happy with that.
He could be protecting someone.
It's very true. Someone could be easily dropped on his doorstep.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that. It's going to be land or he's protecting someone. I don't think that they're just going to go after Rambo because he's Rambo. He's an old man now, so.
How many American flag ships should be in this film?
Not as many as you think. It's Michael Bay's directing it. So.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. We didn't get a date, but we had coming soon. So
it's Sylvester Stallone directing as well as starring.
Yeah, I know it's Balboa Productions.
I know he's 100%. It's probably, I think it was his idea to try and make another one because after the last one was
Gatling gun.
It wasn't that good, to be honest. It was a bit ridiculous.
What'd you do?
It was it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was over the top, but it was kind of like they forced the R rating down your throat, when I was kind of like, that's not why I watched Rambo.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the first Rambo is my favourite one.
And he clearly, that last one, he
looks better now than he did in the last one.
It's because he was on a lot of stuff to try and keep up with the Expendables at that point. And it's kind of, you can tell that he's taking care of himself now more than ever, which is really weird. It's
going to be strange watching him do things at that age, because again, like the more the roles we've really seen him in is the Creed roles, where he's just a trainer and he sort of doesn't do anything mental. He doesn't.
Fingers crossed it shows up, and it's no one of those films where I can see the stunt double.
Well, that's what I like about the fact that it's traps.
Yeah. Because
it's the traps that are going to be doing the damage. He's just sort of setting them off, like he did in the first one. Obviously, there's bits where he covers himself and jumps out on people, but like it's the traps doing the work that you see in the trailer. You see him setting off the traps, and he only seems to be fighting every so often. It's not him going up against loads of guys.
Yeah. As long as it's not spearing cunts through walls or drop kicking people, I'd like it.
I don't think you even get up for a drop kick.
I know, but I would like it for it to be, like you said, just traps. He's using his mind because he knows his body can't keep up with it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'll see him. I feel like I've seen him punching a few people.
Oh yeah, you see him stabbing someone at the end. Like there's going to be like a slugfest where he's up against the bit I found really strange, and seeing the trailer where he walks in the middle of like loads of guys, and then the next bit cuts to them beating someone like him up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's him.
Nah.
Because fair enough, he's Rambo, That's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
It's like there's at least 25 there. I don't think it's him. I think that maybe, I don't know, it just popped into my head now, but maybe they go after him because maybe he stops that. Maybe they're doing that and he notices it and then walks in the middle and they all point their guns at him and he's like, what are you doing? And that's how it begins, where you basically protect someone, takes them in, and then the cartel goes after them.
But then, for him to be able to get a gun pointed at him and walk away from a cartel kind of makes me feel like he's going to have a reputation in that world. You know what I mean? Like, don't know, he's Rambo, to us he's Rambo, but in what it looks like Mexico, there must be something that makes them go, shit, that's Rambo, you don't fuck with Rambo type moment. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So,
I mean, it could, maybe there is like a certain thing about where you don't fuck with him, but it's like the John Wick situation where you get a hot head thinking they could take him on, fail miserably. Yeah. And then that could be the same here.
What are you going to do if this film starts with someone killing a dog?
I'll just have to watch them die again. Just like at the start of John Wick. Do you think he's right? Before we move on, I have to ask: is he going to die? Do you think he's going to die at the end of this?
Yeah.
Or do you think he's going to get? Do you think he's going to get peace, like a nice ending?
Nah, I think he's
going to walk off into the Mexican sunset.
Nah, I think he's going to die. Because for the last shot of the trailer, before he stabs that guy, he's got two massive bullet holes in his back, while blood's pissing out. I feel like it's an end-all situation for him.
He's either going to walk off into the sunset, or he's going to die in that chair that you see in the trailer.
Maybe he's dying in that chair.
Maybe that would.
Like he's sitting rocking away.
I'm not sure. I mean, if you're like this whole bit where you're saying he wants to sort of give the characters he's like been with for ages a send off, which is basically just Rocky and Rambo, then maybe he may die.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other big things.
Judgment Day.
What?
Is it not on Judgment Day?
Judgment what? As in like Terminator 2?
No, what's that other one? The one where he's frozen.
Demolition
Man, there it is.
Judgment Day?
I saw it in a poster somewhere downstairs.
Demolition Man isn't, I mean, I would like to see another one because Wesley Snipes is meant to be mental.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably make it now, but that's a whole different subject.
Sorry,
that's going in the bag for a pick of a film later, by the way. That's going in the bag.
Right, Demolition?
Yeah, I mean, like, just to pick, of course.
Okay. Moving on. We got another trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Again, we're actually on to a bit of game news here, because it's been a while since we've talked some sort of games, but as there's no secret, E3 is coming up very soon, which will be very interesting.
Yes, very.
So yeah, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's it. No, it's not 4, it's not 3, it's not whatever. It's a reimagining of the original franchise.
Yeah, as I've said, they've taken, like, there'll be characters from the original Modern Warfare.
Looks like we're going to get Soap.
Yeah.
We're going to get Price, and we're going to get the other guy.
Because the way they've said that is they're taking McTavish.
That's Soap McTavish.
Oh yeah. It's like they've took those characters and they're taking, instead of how it's that story, they're putting it in a more of a 2019 era type situation now.
So it's modern warfare.
Yeah, modern warfare. Yeah. And what we literally got in this trailer was gameplay.
It does. You don't see not very much of the story, but it looks
incredible,
phenomenal. Not as in like we think it's going to be phenomenal. We just think it looks visually phenomenal. Yeah,
just so good. Like they've clearly went away.
So a bit of information we've had so far, as that we're getting cross-play between Xbox and PlayStation, which is just crazy in itself. And that was like the first thing they said. As I say, it's a reimagining of
brand new engine.
Brand new engine, which is also great. There's no more season pass anymore. Everything is going to be free.
I know,
including free maps and free stuff that comes out at the beginning. So as far as I'm right, so they're never going to charge you for anything additional. They're just going to give you it.
As it stands right now, this is the game. This is what you're getting.
Hopefully, it stays like that because Call of Duty is really bad for saying one thing and then misdirecting later on.
Yeah, but it's by Infinity Ward. This game is it Infinity Ward? They did the
Yeah, because
originals.
usually what happens is that they've got 3 companies that make Call of Duty, and every year that it's like one makes one, then another one. That's why they can pump them out year after year after year, because one company is working on the other one while they pump out the last one.
Yeah.
And the 2 of the companies apart from Infinity War are not making them anymore. It's just Infinity War that's going to be making them.
It's nice.
Infinity Ward.
Ward. Yeah.
So it looks like it's just going to be them. So clearly they were working on this before the last one. So I know I'm happy about. Obviously, if people have lost their jobs or any shit like that, I'm not happy about that. But I feel like it might have a little bit of consistency now, and there might because usually, I mean, I'm not a massive Call of Duty fan. The main reason why we're talking about this is because the ones that I liked was the Modern Warfare ones.
Yeah.
But usually, when I've spoken to Call of Duty fans, usually they're like, a shit one, a good one, a shit one, a good one, a shit one, a good one. And maybe this time they might be able to just sit and focus on this one and make it the best that they can.
The reason I feel like they're a little like, here's the game, it's free, not the game, but like the add-ons are free.
all the what would be season pass.
There's no microtransactions. I feel like they're doing this, right, because of the hatred they got for Black Ops with no story and how it just, here's money, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, constantly.
Well, see, it was weird because it kind of went through a transition, because before Black Ops, I think, the one before that was Space Shit, right?
Oh, aye.
Which was even more hated than Black Ops 4. Then they brought back out 4, which obviously they then got rid of the story, gave us Battle Royale, the multiplayer, the zombies, and then folk were a little bit more happy, but then not happy that they took out the story.
Yep.
So as far as I can, that there is a story in the new one.
Story in this, there is no Battle Royale, there is no zombies.
It's just going to be multiplayer and story.
Yeah, and co-op missions.
The more and more I hear about this, the more and more, obviously it's Call of Duty, like I dropped off it ages ago, but the more and more I hear about it, and more I'm liking the sound of it.
I'm like, no doubt, I'm going to buy it, right? Because I feel, because we do this, right? This is how I see things. Because we do this, I feel like one of us has to buy it. And it's one of those things where I'm going to buy it because I'd easily buy it and then just go, here, you want to shot it? You know what I mean?
So I just have to warn people, because again, this is a repeat from last fucking week, but my next door neighbours seem to be cutting their grass. So if you hear any noise coming through the microphone, I do apologise, but we'll try and hopefully they just stop. We've got the window shut, so hopefully it's better and it doesn't come across that badly.
If it keeps doing it every week, we'll just bring through your mattress and stuff up against the wall.
Or I'll tell them to fuck off.
But yeah, the more and more I see this game, it's more, no doubt it's going to come out a £60 game, because everything's
of course.
free, right?
Most games aren't that price now.
Yeah, so I see me buying it, and I feel like because of me buying it, you'll end up buying it because it's multiplayer.
For me,
so it's back and forth.
For me, it comes down to what comes out at the same time.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
you said there's something else.
Now that I'm an adult, I have to narrow it down to the choices of what a game, and usually it's like 1 per month, 2 if I'm lucky. You know, if I ask the missus, if I go and beg and see if I get another game.
Manager, right.
So yeah, I'm very interested in this, and I want to see if we get any information. Hopefully the story's class, because the stories are the best things in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
there's one bit left.
The big bit of news, which is a huge bit of news.
We've got an 8-minute Death Stranding trailer.
Yeah.
And we can only speculate what the fuck's going on.
Right, so this is going to be a good chunk of what we're going to sit and talk about here. So, I mean, where to start? Where to start?
It will be released on 8th of November. That's a guarantee.
We've got a release date.
Yeah, 8th of November 2019. That's the only guarantee of what's actually going on in this game.
Would you have preferred to get this at E3, just to get this out of the way first?
Yes. But because Sony's like, we're not doing E3.
I don't think it really matters.
Of course it does. Of course it matters, because there's nothing...
What difference did it make? Like, obviously, you would get the loads of people watching it at E3, but then you get, like, the millions of people watching it online, but they could just let millions of people watch it online anyway. Like, what... I understand that E3 is important, But I'm just saying, like, what I don't feel like it would make a massive difference.
To me, though, I don't want E3 to die down, but it seems like a lot of companies are pulling away from it.
I feel because they're going to make their own. But this is a different topic in itself.
Yeah,
I just was like, I don't really mind either way. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? It was a good trailer?
I thought it was an amazing trailer, especially the way it's shot by telling us loads, but then telling us nothing all at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And just fucking the look of it alone, this world just looks actually fucking beautiful. But obviously we were introduced in the trailer before, we were introduced to Troy Baker's character. And like it's just we finally got a name for him, so he's Higgs now, the leader of I might be wrong, but the way it sounds like the Homo Demons or Hemo Demons.
Maybe Hemo.
So I'm just saying I'm not saying I'm right. That's just how it came across from the sounds. And they seem to be terrorists. The president is clearly giving Sam, aka Norman Reedus' character, a job to try and save America.
Even though he says that he's president of fuck all.
She's president of fuck all.
She's president of fuck all.
But like, did you have any inkling that this was in America before that bit? Before the bit with the president?
I think Hideo Kojima's came out and said that it was in America, but no trailer has said that it's in America.
I never heard Hideo Kojima saying that. Right, so from
I
all
think
these
he maybe
trailers,
probably would have just been referred to by accents.
yeah. But I'm like,
apart from like obviously Mad Mickelson because he's not American.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'll try and I'll spitball some things towards you. Right. Okay. So they talk about this other place.
Yeah. And
Which
how people have to, and people are saying it's plugged into the past. That's what they call using the babies for. Yeah. But
never a sentence I thought I'd ever say.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, Hideo Kojima makes me say weird shit.
But like, what is your first thought of that? Like,
so I think it's like what their equivalent of heaven and hell is. It's like death.
Yeah, because in the trailer it does say those who are on the road to Hades.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but then on the other hand, you make a good point about it being the past.
Yeah.
Because you see bits where Sam is in World War II.
Yeah.
And then which is a complete opposite to what you see. So we think that we were talking about this off air, that when you like get pulled into the oil from the things beyond, it pulls you into the past. I don't think it's going to be specifically World War II. I think there's going to be world events in history that is going to pull you into different times.
So it's like if it's hell or death, it's literally just all massive moments in time. You're trying to say?
I think so, because obviously that bit that pulls you into World War II, it's probably going to be. I see, because apparently there isn't going to be a game over screen. Like when you die, you get pulled in, and then you've got to try and get your back out. So then I think that when you it might be like. I mean, if this is true, fuck me. So, each place that you go to apparently is blocked off by walls. Everybody's put walls up in certain areas, right?
Yeah.
So, say there is... Because I don't know if it looks open world-ish.
Yeah.
Right? It looks quite...
A lot of walking.
World, yeah. So, let's go... Say there's 5 regions. Because you see them walk through snow. There's mountainy bits. There's grassy bits.
There's bits, I think.
So let's just say there's 5 regions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each region obviously has the creatures,
BTZs,
the BTs, the things that are connected to the other side.
Yeah.
So each time you get pulled into the other side, and each region is a different event in history.
Yeah. I can see that. But do you think they're going down the anime road, right? And you'll probably understand this, but like, in most animes, it's literally just one big island split into 5. So you'd have places that are like America, you'd have places that are like the UK, you'd have places, or do you just think it's just America split into 4?
It's all America,
right? Okay.
Because they've said that basically everybody's put up walls between the states, as you would say, to try and they all basically want to protect themselves. So they basically put up walls, and I think that Sam's task is to unite the whole states, unite everywhere, and then obviously the president's telling him unite everybody again, and then he's saying like, "There's no point. It's not going to
Yeah.
do anything."
For the reason why I feel like it's massive open world, because in this trailer it does it really well. Like he needs to climb something. He throws a ladder up.
It's like this
You know what I
mega
mean?
ladder from his backpack.
It's the Big Show's ladder. He throws it out, and then to get down,
It's bigger than Big Show ladder.
to get down, he just plonks on the
I
ground.
think there's never going to be a point where it's such a massive hill and you're going to be climbing that ladder for ages, like Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid 3.
Yeah.
But
But
I'll
that's,
admit that.
I won't. But like, man, I just feel. Do you think each character is going to stay? Like, see how Higgs, aka Troy Baker's character, is a fucking bad guy.
He looks like a bad guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's clearly going to stay a bad guy. Do you feel like Mad Mikkelsen is going to change during this game? Because in the beginning of this trailer, he's just a guy in a suit sitting in a warehouse.
I think that it's going to be. It's not the game is going to let you decide, but it's going to be your personal preference if you think that he's good or evil.
Yeah.
You're going to see what he's doing and you're going to decide, like, would you do that or would you not do that?
And also,
The most evil looking one is Troy Baker.
clearly, yeah, cool as fuck. He looks actually minted when he's got the mask on and everything. See, like we were talking about this off screen again, but you were like, I think it was you said Hideo said it, or you feel like it's a game where you don't have to kill, or it's trying to make you not kill.
Yeah, they came out and said that they don't want you to kill. It's not all about combat and thing like that. Most of it is not stealth, but just kind of staying there, running away, doing your own thing.
Because what I like from it is Norman Reedus' character Sam is he's running. He's getting hunted by the guys with like electric sticks, and they're just chucking
the big cattle prods.
Aye, and he literally looks like he doesn't get me wrong. He punches and kicks to them and knocks them with a briefcase and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like he's some super skilled fighter.
No, he looks like it looks like his job as an explorer.
Yeah.
To try it, like he clearly has some skills, because I don't know why get him. He clearly has to be special if they want him to do the job.
Or he's just really good at delivering.
He's really good at walking.
No, but he could be a really good deliverer.
We still don't really know what he's delivering.
Yeah, because in the last trailer before we saw him carrying a person.
It looks like a person, yeah. But now you don't see anything on his back but a box.
Yeah. So it's just here's the thing. Do you want any more trailers for this game?
We'll probably get one just before it comes out, but that's probably it.
Yeah. Like, I don't need one. Like, I am sold.
Right, okay. Right. Straight up honest, right?
Okay.
The trailer looks great, right?
Yes.
Okay. But do you actually think the game is going to be good? Like, now think of this.
I see. I know you mean.
Think of the cinematics. They're probably going to be excellent.
Yeah.
Probably go too long. But like the story's going to be all over the shop. It's going to be totally Hideo Kojima just everywhere.
Yeah.
But is the actual gameplay going to be fun? Because right now, I don't know about you and I don't know about myself, but if I'm sitting playing it for hours and all I've done is walk and use ladders and grappling, is that exciting?
No. I feel they're going to have to come out with because again, going back to the trailer thing, but like, all we did, like you said, all we got is walking. All we got is him talking to the president.
The only gameplay bits we got, I mean, the bits where he's in World War II, look, he's shooting things.
Yeah, but then it could be totally convoluted and take you out of the story completely, those moments.
It depends how they're connected, yeah.
No.
So that, I mean, like, I'm not saying that I don't think it's going to be bad, and I'm not wanting to get off. I still want to kind of have my foot on that hype train, but I'm just saying, like, is it going to be good?
It could. See, that's how I won't know obviously till it comes out. But
say you're not a fan. Like, I've played some of the Metal Gear Solids. I've not played all of them, but say you've never played a Metal Gear Solid, because there's no way this isn't going to play like that.
Yeah.
Because that's what he knows how to do.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Metal Gear Solid, you might not like this.
I like Metal Gear Solid, so yeah, I'll probably. I see the thing is, it's one of those. That's one of those 6 and 2 3 questions.
Because obviously, most of the time when we talk about Death Stranding, or most people talk about Death Stranding, it's more like, well, what's going on? It's not about, how does it play?
Yeah. Because
Because you kind of just be like, oh, it's going to play a Metal Gear Solid. Alright, cool.
Because we've not seen Sam, besides in the World War bit, use a gun.
And most of the time it was just walking, being on a motorbike.
Because we saw a giant monster in this trailer.
Yeah, I know, for like a brief second.
So, here's the thing, like, because he obviously there's, and I'd say normal, but it's pretty fucked up. The normal world, where Troy Baker and these terrorists are running about, right? And, like, you've also got Mad Mikkelsen covered in ooze with dead soldiers running around.
I think that's in the past.
Yeah, it's in the past. Okay, well, say that's in the past, right?
Okay.
Say that's in the past. But Sam is just a guy running around on a motorbike, running around fields and carrying stuff.
You've still got a task. You're not just willy-nilly going from place to place, but you still have a task.
Is he a guy that's going to be able to go up against these characters? That's the thing. We don't really know how he is as a person. We don't know how good he is at anything besides standing and shooting one guy.
You're clearly going to be able to fight back somehow. But one thing I noticed, I mean, apart from a long trailer ago, you saw Troy Baker's character have an interaction with Norman Reedus, but in the new one, the only person you see him interact with is...
I don't know her name, but the character's named Fragile.
Yes, the lassie from Spectre.
Yeah.
You don't see her have anything with him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, right. Do you think you just play as Norman Reedus?
Fuck, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, because obviously that scene between Fragile and Troy Baker. Why would we see it if we're
because
not?
Because it's Hiro Kojima and he likes making long ass cutscenes.
Yeah, but why would we see it if our character Sam isn't there? Why are we seeing Mad Mikkelsen?
Well, I mean, so that I was like talking to one of our friends about this, and he says that, like, because again I didn't really finish Metal Gear Solid 5, but the last cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 5 is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's going to be bits like that where cutscenes play into stuff you've not seen before. They're going to last forever. You're going to see like loads and loads of shit.
Yeah, I get that.
That's what I mean. I'm super excited for it, but at the end of the day, I have to kind of talk about like, is the gameplay going to be good? Like, because I obviously still am excited for it, and I still am going to get it.
Yeah. I'm getting it. I'm not even going to act like I'm not. Like you said.
I'm still going to get it. It's just those questions that appear.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most information we've ever had about it, and I'm definitely excited about it, and it looks phenomenal, and hopefully it plays really good, and hopefully the story is at least followable. That's not a word.
Yeah. At
least coherent in some way, shape or form, where I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, because like you said, longest trailer, most information, still getting.
And I mean, at the end of the day, and if I really don't know what's going on, I can always go to YouTube and just type in Death Stranding, what the fuck is going on.
Oh my god, I know, and that's...
I'm still excited for it though, I'm still excited.
Definitely.
Well, is that enough? Is that enough?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm trying to think if there's something else you wanted to talk about it, or is that...
No, I think it's one of those moments my brain kind of froze there. I was trying to think of stuff. No, that's pretty much it. It's one of those games where I can't really until...
I feel like we've talked a lot about it. We've not just like sat. We've talked about a lot of stuff. So
so moving on to our film of the week.
Which was my choice.
Your choice.
I chose Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Yeah. Why not the first one?
Because this is my favourite one. Plus, I didn't plan this, but when I chose this movie, it was the 30th anniversary of The Last Crusade. Nice. So I didn't do it on purpose.
He's lying. He googled it. I'm telling you right now. He googled it and he's trying to chuck it in there like he's super cool. Right.
So, well, I mean, you're going to ask me what the story is about, or?
Fraser, what's the story about?
So, because last time I remember that I asked you what the story was about, and you did really badly.
Yeah.
So
I know next week you'll definitely ask me what.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Right. So the story is Indiana Jones, the third movie, Holy Grail, Nazis, and his dad. There you go. See. I'd say that's good enough, right?
Yes.
More or less.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so did you like it? Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I've seen it before. Yeah.
I've seen
I
it
watched it
before.
with my dad, but
Right.
this is literally the second time I've seen it.
Second time. I've lost count. So,
should we start off with, do we think it's good, or should we leave it to the end?
I mean, I just want to know, I'm not going to ask for your
Right,
rating, I'm just asking, like, as a whole, as, like, just a simple, like, do you think it's good, and then we can go into points in it.
Yes,
do
I
think it's good.
Film. Yes.
I think it's good as well. Alright, so if we're going to start, I mean, we don't really need to say who Indiana Jones is. I feel like most people know that in general.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you've played the Uncharted games, this is the guy that inspired it, pretty much.
More or less, yeah. Well, not more or less. Yes, of course. Although, was that more inspired by Tomb Raider?
But what was Tomb Raider inspired by?
As a whole, it's more Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's not touch that one.
Right, so we may as well start at the beginning.
Scouts. Is it Scouts that start off with?
I mean, it's American, so I don't know if it is Scouts.
What are they called? Must be Scouts. Anyway,
probably.
Sorry.
I mean, that's not the important part, is it?
The backdrop is the important part. That is
the wee fat kid is the most important one. Right. I mean, so the sequence starts when it's young Indiana Jones, played by River Phoenix, who is in Stand By Me, who is Joaquin Phoenix's brother, who unfortunately killed himself. So, how do you feel about the starter sequence?
I liked it, right, and this is quite funny because I totally forgot the film because I just can't remember Indiana Jones in general. I remember watching it, but before the sequence, right, because obviously it starts off with them. They're going into the Rocky Mountains and they are like they hear a noise and like young Indy and I don't know who the fat kid is, but they go down and they see the fat kid. They see the guy who clearly
Indiana Jones stand up.
Yeah, and clearly the guy who goes, I want to look like that guy when I'm older, right? Obviously we stick off to find the cross of something.
That's good enough because I don't know either.
And it starts on, and what I like about the first, 5 minutes is the young Indy? Is it 5-10 minutes of the young Indy we get?
I'd say it's about 10 minutes the open sequence.
What I liked about this, right?
Maybe 15.
Is it literally gives us every reason for why he uses and dresses and acts the way he acts.
See, I thought about this too, right? Because I was watching this bit, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, like you're saying, it does. So it shows him obviously with a whip. It shows how like the snakes.
Yep.
It shows the hat. It shows
the scar.
It shows like loads of stuff in this 10 minutes. And all that went through my head was like, it's funny that what they did in 10 minutes, it took Solo 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like movies nowadays, if you want to find out a backstory, it's like an entire movie about a backstory. But what Indiana Jones about his, and the stuff with his dad and the book and like you see the dog for a brief second. Like it's literally in this opening sequence that lasts, like you say, 10 to 15 minutes. Where nowadays you would get an entire movie about how he got his scar, how he used a whip, where he got the hat.
Like I could pick on the fact that they did a Lord of the Rings thing where it's on the horses it's actually men until they get there and then it's boys. Right, I could sit and nitpick at that, but it's the year it was made in, so I'm going to leave it.
I don't really look for mistakes in this one.
What I love is the fact that looking at IMDb, right, is the guy who, like, he clearly steals the look off with a hat.
He's stunnable,
Yeah, is literally called Fedora.
Does he not have a name?
Doesn't have a name. He's just called.
I mean,
Fedora,
that's the only most important part because he gives him the hat.
Like. And it kind of, I like that those 10 minutes gives you an Easter egg for pretty much the rest of the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dad that doesn't really care. You know what I mean? What he's really like, why he's named.
The dog.
Yeah, it's such a good start to a film, and I like that.
That's all that went from my head.
I turned around to my dad. Like, see how they're running along the circus train.
Yes.
Right. I turned around to my dad. Goes, because you see the snakes first, and I'm like, no. Yeah, like he holds a snake and stuff like that, and that's cool. I went, is he not afraid of snakes?
Yeah, when he
left my dad looked at me and went, just keep watching. And I was like, okay. And I was like, he falls out of the pit, and I'm like, alright, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would be terrified of snakes if that happened to me.
Yes.
I mean, it's weird, like, because obviously I wasn't pointing out things, right, but the snake, the rhino, and the giraffe all look like shit.
Yeah.
But the lion's real.
Yeah.
Lion's the most dangerous thing out of all three of them.
Yeah.
I put maybe rhino, but I'm just saying that like maybe use real giraffes and maybe a fake lion. Well, that's more prominent, but I'm just saying.
You tell me those giraffes were fake?
They
look so fucking good. they're just like
I don't like to nitpick.
I feel sorry for the one guy that's under there, just twisted.
Yeah, they were definitely like on sticks.
It's just.
I tried not to nitpick, but you know, when I walked past, I turned to Rach and I was like, "Real giraffe."
Also, like, why is he not afraid of rhinos, giraffes, and lions?
I mean, no, it's more like he fell in snakes, but I mean that horn and that rhino was near a place where it should not be. Even the bad guy was like, let's
fuck it.
Right, okay. I mean, look, I'll go into the next point that I have, but just one thing to say is that he's a really bad teacher.
Yes, like the worst. Like, why are they all scrambling after him?
It's because they all fancy him because it was when it was made.
All the sexy teacher.
All the lassies like I can't remember which one it is, but when there's a one, I think it's Raiders where I can't remember, but the lassie shuts her eyelid and it says like "I love you" over there. It's not in this one.
Yeah.
But it's just when it was made,
yeah.
And they all fawn over him. But then he just climbs out the window and ignores them. Really bad teacher, because he still had like papers to grade. Yep. Like he's just a bad teacher. But so, how do you feel about the whole setup? Because he literally goes to see Donovan, and they talk about the Grail tablet.
Yeah.
And then he gets the information about his dad, and that's like this. That's basically the setup to the movie. Do you think they should have prolonged it a little bit, or do you think it's good to just give you all at once?
I like that they gave it all at once. It kind of puts it out the way, so you're kind of like, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm going for it. The Holy Grail. Aye, let's go for it. Oh, well, nah, I don't want to do it. Your dad's lost. Oh, fine, let's go. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it gave us a reason for him to be interested because it was not. It was like, oh, this is the Holy Grail. That's cool.
Well, it's kind of weird though because I think that he is interested in the Grail, but he's trying to fight it because he doesn't want to be like his dad. Where his dad, he feels like his dad only cared about the Grail. And he didn't want to be like, I don't want to care about this because it makes me like him. Because when they have a conversation on the boat, like I didn't have a normal childhood, and we'll get to that. He's literally lived his life the opposite of his dad. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I like that scenario, and obviously we'll talk about more and more as we go on with this review. I mean, so then we meet. The love interest, I can't remember her name.
I've literally got it here. Give me 2 seconds. Elsa Steinhaus or something.
Yeah, right. And I mean, obviously, there's no point in spoil. There's people. A lot of people have seen this, right? Yeah. But obviously, she's a Nazi.
How
could he not figure that out?
Yeah.
She is literally blonde, blue eyes, and looks like a Nazi.
Yeah. Also, like, how quick did you turn around and go? Like before you first saw it,
like the first time.
Yeah, did you ever go, she's a Nazi?
No, but since we're already here, Donovan, I realised right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Her, no.
It took literally.
But when you find out after that, I'm like, how did I not notice that?
I noticed it the minute. See when they're in the hotel. I'm skipping ahead here, but anyway, see when they're in the hotel,
and
they're all in the hotel.
Yeah.
Somehow someone got in the hotel, ransacked his bedroom, ransacked her bedroom while she's in the fucking room.
I never noticed.
No one noticed.
Right. So I kind of try and forget about that bit because obviously she had to go through the mess to go to the bathroom. She would have saw it, but she acted like she never. But again, this is not why I picked this movie.
Right. Okay.
So I'd say probably the next bit we should talk about is like the boat fight scene, the boat action sequence. Because it seems like we get a lot of like, well, it's kind of right. So it's, what we'll do as a whole, like the finding the tomb with the rats and then the boat at the same time. So it's like as a whole.
I love the fact that his dad, like when we got to the library / tomb, I love the fact that we found out that his dad's afraid of rats, and you're probably like, why do you find that interesting?
Because it's like his snakes.
Yeah, right. I love that storytelling where they're literally the opposite. But I love the fact that he climbed up and went, X marks the spot. But then you see him down on the ground, and I'm literally sitting there going, I can literally see the X while you're standing on the ground. How can you not see that?
Because he kind of looks for a bit.
Yeah. I love this, and it's one of the gag things that I loved. It. He's timing it with a guy with a book.
Yeah, like, there's a little joke, yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, I'm watching this, I'm like, that's actually fucking hilarious. But how did you feel, like, obviously going through the rats and all that stuff, like, how did you feel once he got to the tomb and he kind of went, oh, this is me, I've got it. But he never, like, he scrubs that thing and then suddenly it's like, we've got everything, let's just leave. Like, why not take it with you?
Because it's heavy.
But it's a shield.
But it's heavy.
It's a shield. It's a metal shield.
They were maybe also going to take it with them, but then the good guy / bad guy set fire to the convenient petrol water. Which is a cool sequence. I mean, the only reason they made that petrol water is so they could do that.
Yeah. Also, how did Indy find a way out?
It's just a hole somewhere.
Why didn't fire go through the hole? Or was it just on top of the wall?
Again, it's more like this is things you don't ask yourself. This is just things you don't ask yourself.
Okay. But yeah, like obviously blah blah.
After they escape, they then go to the boat sequence. So yeah, how do you feel about the boat sequence?
I liked it.
I like the boat sequence. Yeah, I feel like I like the fact, and again, I know it's kind of skipping forward, but I love the fact that we get a car fight, a boat fight, and a plane fight, and this one movie,
and a tank fight,
and this just one movie.
Yeah. Was she trying to kill him early off?
No.
Do you think that was an actual accident?
Because it's not Nazis coming after them, it's the Mossad, the protectors of the Grail. No, I think she wasn't. Which
was a real thing.
Yeah, which is crazy. But this is the one thing that I like. It's not. I don't want it to nitpick, but it kind of needs to play for the story, but it also doesn't make sense at the same time. So she's a Nazi.
Yes.
At this point in the movie, you don't know this.
Yes.
But you find out later on that she's a Nazi.
Yes.
So she knows where the dad is the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says where the dad is, why would you try and stop him? Unless she's wanting the Nazis to get the book answered one fucking question. God damn it.
I love it when you do that. This is a Fraser Doig scenario, right? He starts a conversation from a question of something he cannot understand, but until he describes it to himself, he goes, "Alright, that's the answer."
Yeah, I
it's
do it all the time.
Special.
I always answer my own questions.
But yeah, I just thought I did at that boat scene, and I love the fact that the guy played to the story. He's like, "I don't care. We'll both die. Let's just go." And
it's all about the like going down to protect the Grail.
Yeah,
which is good. I like that. I like the fact that there was like a set going after the Grail. It makes sense. It makes sense there would be protectors of the Grail. Alright, we may as well skip to like just stuff with his dad as a whole. Like, since we're going to be meeting Sean Connery, we meet Sean Connery soon after this, and then we can talk about the whole bit in the mansion, which then leads to another bit. So I think Sean Connery is one of my favourite parts of this entire movie, to be honest. I think he's hilarious. The acting is great. He's really heartfelt as well. I honestly think they couldn't have picked a better person.
Yeah. I don't know what accent he's meant to be doing.
Sean Connery is Scottish in every movie. Yeah. He can't do anything different.
He tries.
Have you seen the Hunt for Red October?
No.
Where he's meant to be Russian.
No. And
he talks like Sean Connery. That nothing you can like that you can watch everything else and you just that's the worst. Right. So don't worry. It's not the worst they can do.
The whole way through the film, I instantly went, "That cunt is a bad luck charm."
The dad?
Yes.
But they're after the Joneses. The Nazis are always after the Joneses.
Yeah. It's just like everything. Indy's like, "Yeah, I can do this." The dad shoots the fucking plane. And
I mean, we're skipping forward.
Yeah.
I mean, the first bit is when he starts the fire. I love it. I think it's so funny. It's the bit when he tries to escape, and then it's the bit that makes it really funny for me. It's just when he just be like, just goes news for you. He's like, what? He's like, carpet's on fire, and the drapes, and the wall.
It's like, move, the table's on fire. He's like, get under here, and see that bit where they're just. I love a classic gag where they're just spinning around.
The spinning thing. It's so simple, yeah. It's like total proper like 50s gag where they spin round and the lass is just smiling and they're smiling.
Oh my god, it's so good. But like, like I still watch this film thinking, Indy should have just threw the book at the fucking window. I love that he's like, you brought the book with you, and he's like, yeah.
But how would he know not to? But he didn't bring a note saying don't bring the book, Tay.
Yeah, but he's trying to get the book away from Nazis.
Yeah,
so
but he doesn't tell Indy that there's Nazis.
To Nazis.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. But he didn't know there was Nazis.
Yeah, true. And also,
for me, I think that's a good choice because obviously in the first Raiders it's Nazis. Second one it's they're like a death cult. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
And then the third is Nazis, and then the fourth is Russian people. I think that it's a good choice to have Nazis at that time.
Yeah, and also we were introduced. Just a fun fact: we're introduced to a character. I don't know his name. I'm not going to try and remember his name, but he's like a leader of the army of the Nazis, and he's
like the big tough Nazi
Vogel.
guy.
His name's Vogel.
The tough Nazi guy.
Yeah. Was also in Braveheart.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite, since obviously Braveheart was last week, and it's a nice wee thing. But do you feel like that it was really stupid for them to be like, they're on the boat, but we can't see anyone on the boat? Like, do you feel like they should have the boat further away
before they went away in the motorbike?
Yeah,
I think it's because they wanted it for the shot of them coming out the box, and then the Nazis still in the boat. Plus, they needed to run over those guys' toes. So it's more for shot. It's more for it's more for like the spectacle purposes, not for practical purposes.
Did you notice this? Probably not, because you don't nitpick, right? Did you notice that the motorbikes are road bikes when you first see them, and then when the camera turns away, then turns back, they're dirt bikes?
Not the one that Indy and his dad's in, though.
The ones behind.
I didn't notice that. I've never noticed it. Did you know that Mythbusters did an episode where the whole like putting the stick in the wheel, if that does that, it doesn't, which is really disappointing.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine it does. So we're just gonna forget about it.
Also, that thing just looked like. Remember those old lights that used to break?
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it looked like.
I love the fact that like there is like good bits of emotional stuff between Indy and his dad as well. Like the mum gets brought up briefly for like not for like a second. It's the only time she's ever been brought up. But I like the fact that they still do it. I like the fact they can still tell his son off.
Yeah. I
like the fact that they tell him to go to Berlin. Like it's important. The book is more than just the map.
I also love that Indy's still looking for his dad's approval.
Yeah.
Because he's doing this cool shit and he looks at his dad and his dad's
still wants his dad's approval.
His dad's literally looking at him like, why are you doing this? Just get me where I need to go. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's a wee throwaway line where they're talking about the mum, and Sean Connery turns around and goes, yeah, she kept it from me. Yeah,
it looks like that the mum got an illness, and because he was focused on his work, she never told him about the illness and then died. And then he says, like, that's why I spent my time mourning for her. And obviously when they're in the big air blimp, they talk about how, like, he's like, you weren't a dad to me, but then he's like, well, I was. It's like, I never told you to brush your teeth, I never told you the times. And then he's like, yeah, but you're meant to do stuff like that to me. Like, you're meant to help me with that sort of stuff.
How did you feel about the Hitler, like, the Nazi party thing?
The Hitler bit. I mean, at the like, I don't know what to think of it now, but I mean, I think it's not bad. I mean,
it wasn't overly
the guy that
horrible.
looked like Hitler looks like Hitler.
Yeah, like it wasn't overly, like, you know how a lot of Nazi things, if it's it's usually an overly horrible moment, like they're shooting people.
Of course, no, it's just them like
but I loved it. They try to leave it. He's pushed, and he's standing there, and he clearly shits himself because he's in front of Hitler. Like,
and it's more because obviously he's dressed like one of the soldiers who would clearly see Hitler. Yeah, so why would he want an autograph? But then he just signs it, and obviously it's shown that Hitler doesn't have a. It's like a dig at him, like obviously he doesn't know what he's actually going after.
Yeah, like
at the same time, but I mean, who's going to defend Hitler? Not on this fucking podcast. We're not going to defend that.
We won't even defend Mark Wahlberg. We're not going to take on Hitler.
Not even the same. But whatever. I mean, it's obviously played for laughs to an extent. Obviously, and then you've got the stuff with the lassie her thing is about the Grail. She never really cares in the Nazi things. But she still chose them, so fuck her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you think at any point that Hitler was going to take that book and throw it in the fire? For a split second, I thought they were gonna, and then the dad would overreact, and then they'd be caught by the Nazis again because of his dad. But
I feel like it was kind of it depends where like the Grail was located, and obviously when it was like it was they needed to be over in the Middle East area. What have I got here? Plane sequence is pretty good.
Yeah, besides the green screen. Oh, plane sequence. Sorry, I'm horrible.
I prefer the one where the dad puts the seagulls compared to the where the plane flies into the tunnel, because what in your right mind would think that you're going to win flying in that tunnel?
I instantly thought that. Like, why would a top German fighter turn and go straight
again, I'm obviously it's not serious, but it's played for laughs.
Yeah,
the fact that it's going along inside the car, that's what it's for. Which is
that.
funny, but practically you just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You're causing your own death.
Yeah.
But I like the bit after it where he makes the pigeons or seagulls fly into it, and then he's looking at him like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, what else have I got here? Oh, one thing I did want to talk about was, before we get on to, I'd say, the end, really, is the music, again, which seems to be a running thing, especially for me, elevates this movie a lot, because you've obviously got the indie theme, which plays every time Indy's about, but there is also the Nazi theme, which is like a lower down one, and then there is, whenever they talk about the Holy Grail, there's a Holy Grail theme as well, technically. And I love how they like mix a lot. So there's bits where there's like Indy does something and then the Nazi punches him and it like switches to the Nazi theme.
It's scored really well.
It's like John Williams, and it's absolutely fantastic. The Nazi theme is really good, like, and obviously, like, even though it's the Nazi theme, it's still catchy, which is annoying.
We mean the Nazi theme tune,
the
not
music.
Nazi theme of their whole thing.
Sorry, we're still talking about the music here. Like when they're it's evil music, and obviously when it kicks in, it like it's them, and then when the more the film progresses, it switches between them where it doesn't need to. I don't say I need to tell you, but you just kind of know immediately what's happening, and then obviously the Holy Grail, every time they talk about the Grail music, that kicks in as well. So I think the music complements the movie perfectly. Yeah.
How did you feel about the tank fight scenes?
Well, the tank is the next bit that we're on, I'd say.
Yeah.
I feel like leading up to the tank, I wouldn't say it was convoluted, but you obviously got the Mossad guys attack, and then they get the horses, but then they disappear, but then the dad gets captured, so they need to go back, but then he's got the camels. It's a bit all over the shop, then they're just straight going for it.
Yeah.
But when you're into it, it's so much better. Like, I love the fact that there's a whole sequence on top of a tank where the dad starts to fight back.
Yeah. How does Indy, right? Now he's trapped over the gun.
If you're gonna say that the thing, the rope over it miraculously disappears and he climbs up. Yeah, Rachel pointed that out. I just choose to forget.
Okay, just make sure. Because I went, wait, if he, how? But no, nah, fuck it. I'm just not gonna touch
again.
it.
Yeah, there is like, it's obviously you can like sit and point out loads of mistakes. But for me, this is one of those movies where I don't point out the mistakes because I just enjoy it for the fun of Indiana Jones. That's all of them. I mean, the only one you can happily point out the mistakes in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull if that ever gets chosen. Go for it. But this one is probably one of the best, so you kind of just have to take the things with a pinch of salt, but you can bring them up.
Yeah.
The whole time sequence, I'd say, is pretty good.
Yeah, I did love that we got one of those classic screams. You know the thing where like,
the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, I think that thing is hilarious in so many ways. And it's just a small detail. How did you find? Like, obviously, I think it's one of the funnier bits of the movie, like you said, off microphone, where the tank goes off, and then the dad's like first emotion of, oh my god, I don't have a son anymore. I didn't tell him in 5 minutes. Like I only.
And then Indy comes over, stares over the edge, like what we're looking at, what I miss, and then he like gives him a hug, and then is really happy that he's alive, and then instantly like, right, on we go. The next bit, what are you sitting down for? And he's like, he's just fucked. Okay. He's just went through hell pretty much. I love a bit when he whips his dad's leg when he's on the wheel of the tank.
Yeah.
And where Marcus goes like, I just want to get off this thing, and then he somehow gets hit and like falls over off of it.
And they're looking at each other like, what
this movie is. Obviously, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I never realised how much it moulds the comedy into the action sequences, and it moulds the comedy with the whole movie, where it's not. It makes you laugh, but it doesn't make you like, this is ridiculous. This isn't. It's not a comedy movie, but it is funny.
Yeah, I did like it. It was good.
I mean, we're going to move on to the three test bit, like the last bit.
Yeah. Let's go to the Immortal Night. Yeah.
I mean, what do you have a pro? Do you? Because Rachel was like to me when we watched it together. She was like, "How is he still alive?" I was like, "Because he's got the Holy Grail."
No, but then like, why didn't he just leave?
He can't.
Why? Why can't he leave?
Because it's his duty to protect the Grail.
Right, so it's not like a magical.
No.
You'll die if you leave.
You can't take the Grail past the seal,
Right,
but you
okay.
can leave. But that was his duty.
Right. Is the dad immortal?
No,
But he used.
because to be immortal, you need to continue drinking the Grail. But you can only continue drinking the Grail as if you stay there forever.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what he says at the end, where he says, you can have immortality, but you can't take it past the seal. That is the price you pay. So you can live forever, but you're stuck there. That's why he's 700 years old. 7 years old. That's why he's 700 years old. Yeah. That's why he's 700 years old and still there.
Okay, right.
You get it now?
Why can't you take the Grail past?
Because of the rules.
Right. But the rule is the ground shakes and...
You can't take it past the seal. You can't physically take it past the seal. That's what she does. She crosses the seal. You're skipping loads of bits here.
Sorry, right, let's go back to the three tests.
The three tests.
Right, they used to walk... Obviously we've seen about, 6 people killed?
Yes. I love right, and I know... I love the fact they shoot the dad. Because it does make it feel like he has to do it. It's important. He does want to do it at the same time, but it kind of puts a little bit more like... Your dad will die if you don't do this.
Yeah.
So it puts his like faith to the test. It puts his like what he believes into the test. This whole Grail thing in the first place to the test. I mean, the first one, the blades look shit in CG.
Yeah.
But I like the fact it's like
religious.
depending on my past, where you got to kneel before God, and then the name of God, which I like the fact that he fucks up. And then the dad's like, yeah, aye, and then he does the same thing.
What did you think of that bit where it kept splitting between the two?
I love it because it's like it's everything that his dad has taught him. He still remembers. He loves his dad. He always has, and that stuff he doesn't. I think he still has a fascination with the Grail like his dad does. It's because his dad was obsessed with it and chose it over him that he resents it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then obviously the
path. The leap of faith.
Yeah, I mean...
How did you... what did you think of that bit? Like, graphics-wise? I thought it looked pretty cool.
It was alright. I think it was... the only thing I think about it, see if you ran and jumped, does it still fail? Is it a thin bridge? Does it break?
No, because it's literally...
So would it make a difference if you ran and jumped?
No, you'd still land, but you'd be off balance. Whereas it's kind of like...
You need to just take the step.
Yeah.
As in faith.
Also, why didn't anyone just tap their toe? Like see what
because the way I mean, because obviously maybe the only person, he's probably the first person that's ever been there. So obviously the first thing you see is the gap, and then you have the photo of the gap.
And it's like, oh, how can I leap this? Leap of faith, just go. And
he takes the step, and then he throws the dust, and then they manage to do it no problem.
Yeah. How's the knight, right? I know he's 700 years old, but he's been drinking this Immortal Cup this whole time. How's he not still strong?
I think it's maybe like he waits for a bit and then you drink it and then it resets maybe, or you still sort of weak but you just live
it's
forever.
Like you keep how your body's actual physical,
but you just live forever.
So he's kind of let yourself go to an age where he's really old and then just
maybe, or the fact that you live forever but you still age. Like just really slowly.
Yeah.
So in 700 is pretty old, so he's still pretty weak.
Yeah.
I love that whole last bit. Like you chose poorly.
Yeah.
Right. This is one thing I never noticed this. I noticed this time. But do you think she chose the wrong one on purpose? Because when he starts drinking it the first time, she smiles.
Yeah.
And then she obviously goes instantly to terror when he starts like
Grabbing her.
turning to dust, which is great. It reminds me of the way the guy's melting in the first one. Do
I
you think she on
yeah.
purposely chose a bad one?
Because she was obsessed with the Grail. She just wanted the Grail to herself, I feel.
But is it like... So would she know the same as Indy? Where, because when Indy chooses one, she doesn't help him either.
No.
So did she on purposely choose a bad one?
I feel like she did.
But she wouldn't know that it's a bad one because she's there first time, like there for their first
Yeah,
time.
but because she's so obsessed with the Grail, and she knows as much as
And she
Dad.
does never believe that the Nazis... She maybe, if she's done her research, she would probably think the same as Indy.
Well,
it's
would
a
it be
carpenter's
gold?
tool,
Yeah.
would be like covered in gold, where he just wants the Grail. He has sort of done research, but not. He's more just thinking about greed.
And it's also the fantasy. Like, oh, it's a holy thing. It must be
Covered in jewels and gold, yeah. Why is it a plate? Let's find out weird.
Why is it like 3 plates?
Because, like, I mean, with that...
Why?
Could you drink... that's. I mean...
You could drink from a plate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that it's a bit... Like, go completely out one. Is that still...
I mean, there was 3 plates. There was 3 nights.
Uh-huh.
They've clearly just left their dinner plates.
Right, fair enough. Another question, right? Is that the only cut that you chose wisely? Could you pick another one and is it still okay? Like another one that looks like shit? Or was that the only one that looked
That's
like
only
shit?
one. It has to be the only... Because it's the one cup that caught Jesus' blood at the crucifixion.
Yeah.
So it has to be one.
Okay.
Right. And also, who the fuck in the right mind would think that there's some weirdo cunt supposedly standing under Jesus with a shiny goblet, like massive gold
Yeah,
cup?
fair enough.
Like I wouldn't even second. I would not.
I like the
cunt.
fact that the knight, like it does, when the knight sees Indy, he says like you're a strange looking knight. He doesn't automatically think everything's fine. He does question why he looks like that because obviously it's been a long time. I like the again if Indy wasn't there,
Yeah.
it still would have technically happened.
Yeah. No. If Indy wasn't there, the whole
They
thing.
would never have got to the Grail.
Yeah.
If he wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
But
I feel if you'd thrown that book away.
they would just never have been. But then he would have never got a movie. And that's again
True.
a different thing in
Definitely
itself.
true. Were
I'm
you
glad-
sad when she died?
No, not really.
Nah, me neither. But
Do you find it weird that she tried to grab it
And
and
then
then
he
he instantly
yeah.
tried to do it as well?
Also, 2 people with your hands, right? Why not turn around and grab it with your feet?
Because
I can do that, and I am a fucker. I'm a big fucker, right?
okay.
So I can turn.
Movie purposes.
Okay,
Let it go.
Yeah, okay. Just
I'm glad that it didn't like came out in the world because remember, you know how in the first one, I don't know if you remember the first one, where they get the Ark of the Covenant and they're like, where is it? And it's been taken care of by top men.
yeah.
And then you say, well, who's top men? He's like, top men. So they could have done that again where they get away. But no, I like the fact that it just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
And like the dad realises that
Still
his son
think they
is
could have
waiting.
took it away, but they could have easily just. If she had stood on the other side.
But as soon as you pass it,
No, listen. She stands up before she crosses.
Uh-huh.
She takes the cup
and
throws it. Then they run out.
but you wouldn't. As soon as
Why?
you cross,
Nothing happens. It's like the floor starts to crackle, then it breaks.
but how do you know that everything doesn't crackle and break until it's in its place?
What's like the world?
Yes, you don't know that.
I'd take the fucking chance. It's the Holy Bloody Grail.
It's not like you could sell it.
Oi, Pope! Cunt! Holy Grail. Money. Okay.
Well, you never know.
You're fucking telling me the Pope would be like, aye, here's a good few hundred million. For Holy Grail.
I don't know.
Here's the head of the 700-year-old knight. No, but
Well, technically, if it's Indiana Jones, it would put it in a museum.
it belongs in a
It
museum!
belongs in a museum.
belongs in a museum!
And then you find out that the dog was called Indiana, and then it ends. And, right, so...
Junior? Why Junior?
I love it, I love it. Right, so, out of 5, what are you giving it?
3.
Is that it?
Yeah. Good film.
Uh-huh.
Not a great film. Too many things that I can pick at. And it just... As good as most, like, 70% of the gags are good. It relied too heavy on the gags for me.
Okay. Did I give Braveheart 4? Or 4.5? I think I gave it 4, didn't I?
Yeah. What was your first 5?
Dread was the first 5.
Yeah, Dread was first 5. Yeah.
I gave Braveheart 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm going to give this a 4.2. No, since we're rounding it off, 4.5. We'll round it off on a 4.5. It's not getting a 5 because again, is it really good? No, it's getting a 4.5. I love it. It's my favourite Indiana Jones out of all of them.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Would you want to see it remade? Is my last question.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Just because of this day and age.
Yeah.
This day and age.
Leave those films alone.
Yeah. So.
I mean.
Oh, we've got one thing left to say.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done lately, Fraser?
Not much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I bought Rage 2 because I managed to get it on the cheapish. I played a little bit. I kind of enjoy it. Big evil guy's back.
Yeah.
That's all I can in the story right now. You have to just sort of piss about in the world and do things before you find out like the next part of the story. So I've kind of just been shooting people, which is the best part. Like going around and using like try to string overdrives together and combos together. Like that's the best part. But the driving is a bit annoying. It's not as fun as I thought it would be. You have to kind of stay on the road. I heard that you couldn't go off road.
Yeah, but is it?
I tried to go off road, and you can't go anywhere.
Is it Metro bad though?
I don't think it's that bad, but it's like, see, when you go off road, your car sort of just it spins in the spot, and you kind of just have to move it towards the road, and then everything's fine. So you have to stick to the road.
That sucks.
It's a bit disappointing,
Well, what happens if you get out can you get out the car?
Yeah.
Well, and you walk on the sand.
Yeah.
Right.
You can get out whenever you want. It's just when you have to get from one place to the other in a car, it's much easier to go on the road. It's like takes a lot of time off, and most of the stuff that you go like come across where it's like little like bandit places or stuff to do with the story, they're all on roads.
See.
So it's kind of like you have to go the
road.
road.
Yeah, but I like to go out on the.
I just pick a direction.
Yeah,
you can't really do that.
That sucks.
It's got some off-road stuff, but it's not super bad.
How do you feel?
The shooting's the best part.
Yeah, obviously. Is it Doom / Mad Max, as people put it out there? Is that a good description of the game, in a sense?
Yeah. Apart from the Mad Max has more car upgrades because it's all that's gasoline and all that stuff.
That's true.
But this one has like you can upgrade your inventory, weapons, yourself, and your car.
The usual.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to enjoy. I got it on there quite cheap, so I'm going to try and bash through it. The other thing is, it's the first time I've kind of brought this up on the podcast, but I watched some wrestling. There was nothing really else that's in between the gaps. I watched NXT TakeOver 25.
To me, the favourite of all the wrestling for me at this moment in time. NXT.
I absolutely loved it. I sat and watched a bit of it when it was on and the rest of it in the morning. I thought it was absolutely excellent, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from there. And I won't go into too much detail because again, not a lot of fans for wrestling.
Yeah.
So, what have you done lately?
See, game wise, I've literally just been playing Monster Hunter, which that's literally an obsession of ours.
I've been doing the same.
I never thought it would be when it first came out, but it's really took a hold of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in between. I watched 3 new shows.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them. I watched SEAL Team, which it's got do you kind of guy that played Angel, main character for Angel. He's in it. It's done really well for an army show. Then I started Good Omen, which is also Michael Sheen and who else? And who else? Oh, David Tennant. Sorry, I had a brain fart moment. But I watched like 3 episodes of it, like Good Omen, and it's.
I need to start it.
Yeah,
me and the
really
missus are going to
watch
start it.
so far. It seems. Yeah, it's one of those shows.
I like David Tennant.
Yeah, and I like Michael Sheen and most stuff. I know he's your buff favourite guy. But yeah, and also on Prime a new Doctor show, which I'm not a Doctor's show type of guy, but there's a one called New Amsterdam, and it's done really well. He kind of comes in and he takes over a hospital, and he's like, no, everyone put your hands up who charges loads of money for your stuff, and loads of people, and he goes, you're all fired, we're starting over. stuff like that. And it's a quite a good show, a good twist on it. But yeah, it was
Fair
good. But that's it, mostly. That's it.
Well, I've only got one more thing to say. I'm going to enjoy this. So, this next week episode is the next one we've got coming out, I wouldn't say it's next week because it should be out before that, but it's a very special episode.
Yep.
It is a 1 year anniversary. We obviously have done this for almost a year now, which has been a great experience.
Yep.
We might not be super consistent with the uploads at some points, but we have put out quite a lot of content. I mean, I'm going to say the same next week, but I'm going to say it now, that anybody who has ever listened, anybody who's ever told anybody about it, anybody who's ever put a comment, anybody who's ever put a like, anybody who's ever put anything, I appreciate it 1,000,000%. We both of us do.
Definitely.
This has been a really great experience. So I have decided, because I had a little conversation with a friend.
Not only did he steal my choice, not only did he ruin my birthday week, you know what I mean? Just saying, my birthday on Friday, he stole my choice. I'm just saying, he's ruined it. But on you go.
I mean, when we have another anniversary, it'll be my turn. But, so...
damn you, Ryan.
I thought about this because, out of all the films that we've done, there's one specific film, and again, I've met it brought up before, that you picked, Holmes and Watson, which was fucking shit that you made me watch.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, I mean, I've not picked a shit movie, and I've not properly kicked someone when they're down, or anything like that, right in the feelings with bad movies. So, a little bit of backstory. Callum's is a massive Dragon Ball fan.
Yes. Ironically, because you're wearing a t-shirt, but anyway.
Absolutely loves Dragon Ball. Is one of the things he's watched from our childhood. So next week will be super interesting when the movie that we're doing next week for the anniversary is Dragon Ball Evolution.
I fucking hate you in so many ways.
I cannot
believe you're doing this to me.
I cannot wait for this next week, or whenever the episode's out. I cannot wait to do this movie. Because I know that it's bad and I don't like it, but this is going to be a treat. For whoever listens to this. This is going to be an absolute treat.
It's going to be a belter because I'm just going to be fucking screaming down the microphone.
You can't scream as much.
How much I hate you for making me do this.
So, I mean, the only thing you can say is, where can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. The Instagram and YouTube it's Pointless Point of View. On Twitter it's @offpointless. I know it's weird, but Twitter controls everything. And yeah, that's where you can find us. That's what we're on most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to get more content out and stuff like that. And
for our next year.
Fucking a year past. Jesus, that's a long time. But that's another episode done. I'm not looking forward to next week's episode.
So please, if you have never, if you want to tell anybody about this podcast, or you're thinking about, it comes up in your feed like this is the one that you need to click on, because next episode is going to be super fun.
Oh my god, I don't know why he's doing this to me. Why am I being punished for a year?
Well, it's more,
why
I'll be punished next time.
Yeah.
You'll make me
watch a fucking year.
We can do it in 6 months.
You fucking dick. Anyway, I have been Callum.
I've been Fraser.